Hello again, Mike. I did get down into my workshop today, right around supper time. And yeah, when I got back from shopping, I just didn't feel like going up and down the stairs, but I felt a little better after a while. Anyway, I found more than I thought. All I could remember was a whole bunch of real narrow stuff that might only be good for, turning slim lines or something. But I actually found some stuff that you could turn almost any kind of pen you want. Anyway, yeah, we'll go through it and I'll show you what I got here. Okay, Mike, so what happened was one of my neighbors, in fact, don't know if you saw when we came home from shopping, there was a guy with the hood of his red truck up and I beeped my horn to say hello, and that's who it was. He gave me several pieces like this. I'm guessing maybe 10 pieces about this size. I have since tried to use a bunch of it. I thought that I had, you might say, ruined all the large pieces, but I have these two left. That's all I could find. And I've got several little small ones like this. These ones here I had ripped out of this. And the idea being is they are pretty much 3/4 inch square. And I'm going to give you all the dimensions in a minute here in inches. I think you live in North America, right? I'm not sure where you live. You're talking about Harbor Freight, so I'm assuming it's North America. Like 100 miles south of me. That North America. Anyway, yeah, so I'll move the camera in a little closer and I'll give you the dimensions of all this stuff. Now here's the thing. I cannot sell it to you, but I can give it to you. I'd be happy to give it to you. The only thing I would ask that if you do make a pen, make some kind of a little video out of it. I know you're good at that because I've seen your channel. And you've got quite a few videos up there on clock repair. You know how to do it. I kind of did that sort of thing too, only I can tell you're a professional and I'm just sort of an amateur at it. Anyway, let's just move the camera in a little bit and I'll measure this stuff. You can see what I got and you can email me back and tell me what you're interested in. And if you're in North America, I will mail it to you. I don't want anything for it. I'm trying to downsize. Now, I know you're going to say, well, what do you mean downsize? You just bought a dash cam. Well, every time I buy something, I have to give away twice as much. So that means now I have to give away twice as much monkey wood as I have for the dash cam. Kind of makes sense to me. Anyway, let's move you in here and we'll measure this stuff. Okay, these larger pieces, I don't know if you're interested in something like that. They are 3.2 inches by, okay, this one is 1866 thousandths. In other words, 1.8. This is about 1.6 inches. Now, these ones here, they still have the layer of two-part epoxy that they had on this tabletop. So you're going to lose a little bit. For sure, you got to watch because that stuff might chip off and hit you in the eye. Okay, and usable. This one is about 21 inches. And after I would cut the bad part off here, this one would also be about 21 inches. So, but I don't know if you're interested in something that big or not. Unless you're going to be turning a lot of pens. Okay, let's get into the stuff that might be more usable. Okay, these two here are they're about 25 inches long. And this one is about 800 thousandths by 835 thousandths. 832 thousandths, 830 thousandths. So they're a little more heavy duty than an ordinary pen blank. Now these ones here, they're about the same width as the others, or yeah, width, but the thickness of it, excuse me, the thickness is only 6.5 inches, about 660 thousandths. Now this still could be used for like a slimline pen or even a Sierra. This one's about the same. Okay, this one is 1.241 inches by 1.8 inches approximately. And the length, it's about a little over 5. So a person could make 2 nice pen blanks out of that, that's for sure. This one here is pretty close to 3/4 of an inch. No, it isn't. It's only 685 thousandths. But it would still make a pen blank. And what I used to do that I found was kind of interesting is I would take a piece like this. You notice how it's light here, and probably the sapwood, and then it gets out to the heartwood or whatever. Maybe it's the other way around, I'm not sure. And I would try to drill the hole so that it went halfway up between the two. And it'd be light on one side and dark on the other. Yeah. Well, here's a pretty heavy duty piece. It's the same as these ones here, and it looks like it's about 7 inches long or so. It's about 7 inches usable there. So a person could quite easily get, I would say, 2, 4. You get six pieces out of that, and depending on what kind of pen you were going to turn, it would be, you get. I'm guessing maybe up to 10 pens. Now, some of these do have holes in them. Oh, that's something I should mention. I don't think any of this has anything in it, like a screw or anything like that, but there is the possibility. When I got these, I went over them really careful. And some of them, like this one here, you'll notice there is cracks, right? So, yeah. And we got some smaller pieces. This one's been laminated together. But a person could, rip that out. You get 2 real nice pen blanks out of that, that's for sure. This one here, you'd probably get 3. It's a little on the narrow side. Once again. Okay, this one is 7. It's not narrow at all. It's 780 thousandths, but then you're going to lose this top that you can't use. Okay, here's one that would probably make slim lines. Anyway, this is what I got. I have no idea what you're thinking of doing. You were mentioning that you were not going to use your metal lathe. Now, I did use my metal lathe to drill out pen blanks, and what I did was I chucked up the piece, like let's find something that's kind of square here if we can. Well, none of them are, I guess. Anyway, what I did is I would chuck it up, and then I would only bore in as far as I needed to, and I would leave the other end. I wouldn't go right through, and that way the bit would not come out on the inside of your chuck, and and getting the scroll gear and all the rest of it all dusty. All the dust would be coming out where the bit was going in. And what I did was I hooked up a real good vacuum system, and about the only thing that would not go in the vacuum was maybe large chips or something like that. All the dust was being evacuated away from the lathe. So you can use your metal lathe to bore these, maybe some of the narrow ones where you might not want to try a drill press, because you might start it in, it'll be in the center here, but when it gets out the other end, it's going to be, maybe a way off. But I think maybe I'm preaching to the choir here. I got a feeling you already know all this kind of stuff. You just want to do some pens for the first time, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I was going to say thousands, but I think probably it'd be more accurate to say hundreds. It wouldn't be thousands. Yeah, I turned a lot of pens. Now here's what I did. It's now this is acrylic. It's actually a pencil. Where's another one here? I should have brought a bunch. Okay, here's one. It's I believe this is monkey wood, and this is acrylic. I did half and half. I'm pretty sure I videoed how that was done. Anyway, you can have a lot of fun with this. I sure hope I remembered to push record after going through all this. Anyway, Mike, you can decide and let me know by email. Thanks very much. Okay, I'm back. I forgot I had all of these in the kitchen. I turned this bowl too, by the way. Now these are really dusty. Some of these I haven't touched for a long, long time. Acrylic. Some of them I can't even remember what kind of wood that was anymore. This might be monkey wood that I was... No, this isn't. This is some kind of wood that a fellow gave me. I remember now. I made a lot of pens that were sort of meaningful, even though the wood maybe wasn't as nice as the wood that you can buy. I believe this is sycamore, but I'm not sure. And of course, this is acrylic. Trying to find the fanciest one here. Probably this one. This is a fountain pen. You'll have a lot of fun. I was lucky. I didn't have too many disasters. This is called a stick pen. I think the works for this, they only cost about $1. And then you just, whatever kind of wood you have laying around. Okay. Well, Mike, I'll wait for your email.